Let him see it, let him see you. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Choose to love and watch how it illuminates your soul. Show the world so they believe it. Let them see it, let them see it.
Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Am I too close to the screen? Y'all know how this, whatchamacallit does me. Hey, hello. Am I zoomed in or y'all can see me clear? Can you see me clear? Can you see me? Can you see me? Hey, Davon. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited. Let me see here. This is acting up and I don't want that to shut off on me. Hey. Okay, y'all can see me. Great. So I'm excited because I'm doing another session through the month that's super special. This one is even more special. So with Sister, I don't know if you all know about it, but we usually have it's like a soror. We have like this community of young women and we stay connected. We hold each other accountable with our goals. So many great friendships have been built upon Sister. And you can check it out by visiting my website, Kierra.com. Now, though, for the new year, I know a lot of you are like, I got to secure this bag. I got to get on my money. I got to make sure I'm straight. I got to make sure my kids straight. Me and my husband were just going over our finances, and I'm so excited about the structure that we put in line. We even prayed about it. So I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to live worrying about where my money is coming from. Like, I want to somehow have some kind of income that's coming in while I'm asleep. Me being there to make the money happen. So, hold on, y'all. I don't know why this thing don't want me to be great. 1 second. Let me try. So, I have a guest that's coming on tonight, and we're partnering to do something so dope. I'm so excited, y'all. It's so dope because he is like a legend, a G in the game, and he knows and can give us some tips. He is responsible for D-Free, and he's responsible too for having this vision to just make sure that we in the Black community and outside of the Black community are debt free. And we're going to talk about financial literacy, and we're just going to make sure we're learning ways to save our money. So we're going to talk about it a lot, and it's now open to both men and women. So it is me with Sister, but it's men and women that are you're able to chime in on this. So I'm really special because I know some of us pay our tithes, but we stop at that, and then everything else is gone. Like, we were going through our numbers and we was like, oh, we got to just be a little bit more, strict and selective. Like, we're always giving people money. Once we have this and you get to be a part of this accountability group, you'll have people around you that's not always asking you for money, but they're making sure that you're learning to say no, because sometimes the no will save your life. So I want to have you a part of this. Let me just make sure my phone doesn't hang up, so bear with me. But I'm so excited. It's going to happen in February. And Dr. Sory's, I don't know if y'all heard about him, Dr. Sory's. But the thing about it is Dr. Sory's is also a man of faith. Excuse me, I'm a little ghetto. I don't have on all of my undergarments, so pray my strength today. Hold on, y'all. Is that better? Okay, I think that locked me in. There we go. Oh my God. You know what? Let me try this. Why is this doing this? So just bear with me. I'm getting ready to set this up. I'm going to get Dr. Sory's on. And no. There we go. I'm so excited. So excited.
Lord.
Hey, Dr. Sory.
Hey, Miss Kierra Kelly, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. I was waiting so long, I thought I had the wrong number. Then when I saw you address, I thought I had Missy Elliott. The first time we were on together, you look like Condoleezza Rice.
Oh.
You going from the Condoleezza Rice to Missy Elliott up in here.
So
Wonderful.
let me tell y'all some information about this relationship. And I'm so blessed to have Dr. Sory's in my life. And I am even more grateful and thankful that he's accepted me as an extended niece. So I call him Uncle Doctor, Uncle Doc, Uncle Pastor, Uncle Reverend. And every time I get on the call, he is that uncle that will tell you the truth. It's just gonna be straight to the point. I want to tell y'all what he told me the other day, but I won't share that with y'all.
What?
But
What I tell you?
About the song that I sang.
Oh no, let's not go. Let's forget.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do
No,
that.
that was 2020.
Absolutely. No, but it was a lesson, and I'm sharing that with them to know that you're not going to get just this teacher student experience when we do our sessions together online, but you'll actually feel like you're talking to an uncle that's holding you accountable to make sure you are securing your bag. And I know a lot of people talk about, oh, I'm serious and I want to be on my money, I want to make sure I get but I can already tell by how the numbers are going that people talk about it, but they're not really interested in securing this space of being debt free. So can we dive into that, Uncle Doc, and you share with us some things that you think would benefit us to become debt free in the new year?
Well, first of all, thank you, Kierra. As I tell you in private all the time, and I'll tell you publicly, as an artist, and that's what you are, but you're not just an artist. You are a breath of fresh air because you're down to earth. You keep it real. I don't know about talking about these undergarments. You don't need to keep it that real. You keep it real. You're approachable. You're accessible, and I love you. I've been dealing with artists, successful artists, a long time, and you are a breath of fresh air. What you see, folks, with Kierra is what you get. That's number one. Second thing is, what I love about you, you know much more than you know that you know. Wow. For instance, just the fact that you said in your opening that you and your husband, your new husband, talked about your finance. Do you know how often people ask me the question, well, should husbands and wives have one budget? Should we have a bank account? The number one reason for divorce in America is arguing about money. He wants golf clubs, she wants shoes, he wants to hang out with the fellas, she wants to, go to Bahamas. And so just in that little statement, you answered problems. You fixed some marriages. God used you to heal a relationship already just by your opening remarks.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Doc. That means a lot.
Yeah, we don't talk about money. We talk about dreaming about money. We talk about having money we don't have, but we don't really have honest conversations. And so we have dreams without plans. And if you have a dream to have money, but you're not willing to commit to a plan on developing money, then you're waiting for God to do for you what God expects you to do for yourself.
Absolutely. I love that. I don't know. I think y'all should type in the chat and just be like, I'm not dreaming about it, I'm going to have it.
Right.
I think speaking those things and just kind of connecting with our psychology and how we live as well is also what will be a way of holding us accountable. But just in case they don't know, Uncle Doc, can you share with us some of your experiences and some of your ventures just so that they can know, oh no, he's legit. I already know you're legit. But I think that it's so important that we see that we have these, how can I say it? We have these leading examples and that's the other thing. I know a lot of people say that millennials are entitled, but one of my greatest lessons from my grandfather is to always remain a student, to not feel like you have to have a disconnect with the generations to come that have been or whatever it is. But can you just chime in there and just give us some examples of what you have done?
Well, you've been to our church. In fact, that's where I met you. I met you at our church, $23 million facility we not only built the church, but we rebuilt the neighborhood around the church. We built housing, we built a health clinic, we built businesses. And the way we did that was by not raising money. I've never had a fundraiser. What we did was we focused on helping our members take control of their finances. And we helped them focus on what the Bible says, that the borrower is slave to the lender. Now, we hated the first slavery because they snatched us from Africa, pulled us across the ocean, worked us for 246 years without pay. So we are against slavery. But the second slavery, we just ignore. And when we use credit cards to pay for things we can't afford, when we're paying last month's bills with next week's check, when we're paying 18% interest just for the right to have a dollar, we're slaves. And unfortunately, we don't see that as slavery. And so many of us are angry about the first slavery, but we celebrate the second slavery. So what we did was we helped people understand that the way you can give more, the way you can serve more, the way you can have more is to do three things. One, to pay as you go. Don't use credit to support a lifestyle you can't afford. To pay your bills on time. Americans spend billions of dollars a year on late fees. And often we're late, not because we're broke, we're late because we're just disorganized. And then the third is to live below your means. We taught that. We taught that to children. We taught it to senior citizens. And we taught it based on my own experience. You know, when I was around your age, I was living paycheck to paycheck, credit card to credit card. In fact, I told off a bill collector one night. She called me, yelling at me, talking about, you ought to pay your bills on time. I said, woman, please. If everybody paid the bills on time, you wouldn't have a job. So just don't be yelling at me.
Yes, I love it.
Everybody I knew paid their bills late. So I took my own experience of how I went from being in debt, from being broke, from paying bills late, to now I got 17 streams of income. I'm on the board of a bank that lends money to banks, and I'm doing fine. I have a salary from the church, but I own real estate. My wife and I closing on another house on Thursday. We're paying cash, and we're going to use it to rent people who need a place to go because of COVID. They can't fly all over the world, so they got to come stay with us. So I've got books. I give speeches. I've got 17 streams of income, and I didn't do it by faith alone. My faith got me started, but I established a standard. Don't buy what you can't afford. Don't spend what you don't have. Invest in your future and pay God first.
Yes. Oh my, listen, I don't know. I'm already like, wait a second, I only have 4 streams of income. That ain't enough. I gotta catch up.
Not enough.
I want y'all, I don't know if this liberates you, but just listening to Uncle Doc, it liberates me, it inspires me, it empowers me, because while you're hearing him speak, you hear yourself once upon a time in his story. So there's more that you will have in these sessions. And I'm going to try not to give so much away, but you already have a glimpse of what you can expect. And there were so many sisters that were completely blessed by Uncle Doc. He came on, he didn't have no manuscript, he had no talking points. He just went for broke, and it was just so special. So in case you're wondering why we're on, and if you're just chiming in, Uncle Doc, which this is DB Sory's, at DB Sory's. Actually, let me, Brian, I see Brian's comment.
Yeah, can I get 3 new? Can I get 3? You have all these followers. You don't need all these followers. You know, be a Christian. Be a Christian. It's better to give than receive. Be a Christian and give your Uncle Doc 2 or 3 followers. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I've actually pinned Brian's comment where you can see Uncle Doc's handles, his Instagram handles.
You know how to do that.
Yes, sir. I don't think you have to do it on your end.
Can I just say this?
Please.
You're on every day talking about something different. You got a concert. You got this going on. You got that going on. When we do this, I need you to focus on finance.
Yes, sir.
So that people, because, you know, people have has short attention spans. Do you know?
Yeah.
Listen, what I prayed today about this. Do you know that my goal is after the 4 weeks we spend together, that your followers, that your sisters, that your network would elevate to be the top 40% of America. Now, what does that
Wow.
take?
Please.
60% of the people in this country cannot put their hands on $1,000.
Mm.
They just don't have it. If
Mm-hmm.
after 4 weeks, once we finish talking about Starbucks and high heels and car washes, I'm going to show you and I together. I'm going to show our class, because this is a class, how in 4 weeks they can save $1,000, which puts them in the top 40% of the people in this country, because only 40% of the people in this country can put their hands on $1,000.
Wow. Y'all
4
better
weeks.
get in on this 40% and make sure
That's
y'all
right.
register for this class. Uncle Doc, how long have you been doing this?
15 years, Keith.
Wow.
15 years. We
And what
started
is,
D3 in 2005. Last year was our 15th anniversary. This year is our 16th year.
I love it. Congratulations on what I love about it is that you've basically gone back to our community and you've not forgotten the young generation. So congratulations on just being a stand-up guy, gentleman, and just now you Uncle Doc to us. Everybody typing me Uncle Doc. I followed you. So just thank you. Can I
What
ask you this?
I love about young people, what I love about millennials and Gen Z, you've really taught us a lot. See, we came along when we were fighting for rights and we were protesting, and then we were doing politics. But when you really look at it, your generation has really done more around finance. Now, some of it is ratchet, some of the lyrics are ratchet, but look at the younger people and what you've done to have your own labels and your own platforms and your own brands and your own logos. You got your own fashion line. That's the next level.
Yes,
and what
sir.
we have to do, see, Black people, for years, we supported each other and made our own because we had to. We didn't have a choice. But now your generation's coming along saying, we don't want to do it because we have to. We want to do for ourselves and with each other because we want to. And that's powerful. And that's why I surround myself with young people, and I've made myself available to you. I am on your team. I'm on your staff. I'm in, what do y'all call it? I'm in your crew, whatever y'all call it. That's what I'm in.
Yes, sir.
And you are the future because you've taken control of the present. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
do it. Let's liberate. Let's teach the principles from the past that can be used to build bridges into our futures.
I love it. Y'all are only getting a glimpse. Like this is, and I think for me, what just I get chills, and obviously the Holy Spirit is what Uncle Doc. But when I leave calls from him or just listening to him talk and the way he pours into us, I'm like, I want to cry. So it's like I'm having a revival, but a financial literacy course. So
That's
I
why
hope
you didn't
that
wear your eyelashes tonight. You didn't wear your eyelashes so you could cry for real. Don't worry
listen,
about
I don't want
floating
to
away.
do the yes, I don't want to do the ugly cry on here, but I just want to give them a few of our topics from what we have already organized and planned. So level 1 is out of my feelings and in my bag, mind over money. And then level 2 is securing the bag, taking control. And level 3 is level up, step your game up. And we kind of got that from Kierra's song, Level Up, Level Up. Probably shouldn't sing that in front of the Reverend, so I'll keep it moving. And then level 4 is getting to the money. Y'all know Beyonce's song, I'll be getting to the money. Everybody,
Yeah.
And then I have some other details for you, but just for those of you who are chiming in, registration is not available yet, but it will be available. The course begins February 6th. Actually, I think it'll be available by the end of this week. We're supposed to meet again and kind of discuss that, but it's going to be every Saturday at 10 a.m. And the registration is only $30. Listen, this is an investment that you're making into yourself. And I promise you, you're going to get a return on your investment. I am already getting a return on my investment from the last call that we had with Dr. Sory. I think they're texting me, but Tasia, can you tell me if y'all are saying registration is available right now at mydfree.org? Let me know. One other question, Uncle Doc, and then I think we should save some.
Yeah.
What made you say, you know what? It was a story you told us on the sister, and I wanted to see if you could share it again. But what made you say, you know what? I'm not gonna be broke, and I'm making a change.
Well, it was mainly the death of my grandmother. Is that the story you remember?
Yes.
Yeah. Here I was. I had college degree. I was on TV as a civil rights leader. I was a pastor of a church, but I was broke. Mm. When my father died, I was 24. My mother was 44. And I was so broke, I could not afford to buy her dinner. Mm. And I was making money, but I was spending money before I made it. I was spending on credit cards. I was dressed nice, wearing nice clothes, driving nice cars. And when I was 31, somebody say 31. When I was 31, my grandmother died. And my grandmother had 6 children. Her husband had a stroke after the 6th child. When my grandmother died, she had no education. She had a 6th grade degree. She sold for a living, and she left us 3 houses paid for completely. I inherited my first real estate from my Black grandmother who had no civil rights, no husband to support her. And I promised God at her grave, if my Black grandmother with no civil rights and no husband or support system could leave us 3 houses paid for, shame on me if when I died, all I leave is credit card bills. And I decided that day, I sold my big car. I'm gonna show you a picture of it when we have our class. I sold my big car, bought a used 2-door car. I got out of my bachelor's apartment, sold my furniture, went back to my mother's house, slept on the floor for 6 months, paid off all my bills, and started moving towards becoming a millionaire.
Wow. Wow. Listen, I get excited. I love hearing him talk. I'm just sitting there like this. So, y'all, listen, this is not, it's not for the dollar. I call out Uncle Doc's name in prayer, because of what he has poured into my life, he and his wife. And I just hope that y'all would get into this and don't miss it. We'll probably do another Instagram live, but this is Dr. Sory and Kierra partnering together. And I think I can say that we're basically trying to inspire you to get this young money and to make sure you're not sleeping on yourself and you're not just saying that it's a dream, but it's becoming your reality. And we're able to basically sit at the feet of someone who has mastered it. So stay tuned. And this is Uncle Doc reaching back to us. And he is giving us what we need. So I'll have just a whole bunch of blah. I don't even feel like I have anything to say when he's on the line because he is just full of this information. But we'll be back. And I think sometime we're going to do another one maybe on the YouTube channel.
Let's keep doing it. And people should begin. Right now, I can say this. Begin writing down every penny you spend. Everybody's going to be with us. The kids, you got to know where your money goes. Yeah. I used to go to my father when I was in my 20s and he was working. I say, Dad, can I borrow $50 to payday? And he'd say to me, well, I work, you work. Why do I have 50? You don't have 50. And I'd say, Dad, I just don't know where my money goes. And he'd say back, well, it doesn't leave home while you're sleeping. Your money goes where you take it. It's not like you go to sleep and then your money gets up and goes out and hangs out. Your money goes where you take it. But we spend money so fast and we charge things so often, we don't know where the money's going. And that's what people can start doing right now. So that by February, when we get together on Saturday morning, you can look at the numbers and listen to what we say and figure out how your numbers relate to our strategies.
Yeah. This is it's so good. And then the other thing, y'all, that D Free and the team behind D Free, that they basically suggested this challenge that we'll do inside of our courses. And they called it the $1 billion challenge, but it's a form of paying debt. But it'll be us coming together, and you'll be able to log in on their site, and basically you'll be able to create a profile, a personal profile, and it'll show what we have paid off together, which I
Right.
think will also liberate us to see
Right.
that when we come together, we hold each other accountable, and you begin to connect with even friendships that are more assets than they are liabilities. And that, so we'll now be able to kind of speak to friendships and our finances. So make sure you stay tuned. Again, it's February 6th. This is a great way to start off your year, because if you've already been living with poor habits, not like you said, like Uncle Doc said, not telling your money where to go, but your money telling you where it's going to go, this is a great way to kind of correct that behavior and to just completely destroy that ideology, so that it's not anything passed down to your children. And that way you don't got to put bills in their names and stuff like that. So make sure you register. I want to save this live, but this is Dr. Sory and Kierra Sheard, and we about to help y'all get this money. Young money is in the
As you
building.
help me get 3 new followers, praise the Lord.
I love y'all. Thank you, Uncle Doc.
Thank you.
All
God
right.
bless you,
Yes, sir.
young lady.
Okay. Oh, wait, Uncle Doc.
What?
Can we let them ask 3 questions? If you have a question, just give me 3 questions.
When right now?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, give me 2 questions, because we get to get really into it on the call.
I know we do.
So we're going to save some of this energy, but hurry up and send your questions
Hurry up.
at the end of the month to see which saving method. Oh, and that's another thing. They're also giving me the notes from our meeting. At the end of the month, we'll also be able to see what we have saved, or which saving method was most effective for us. So we'll give you other options that I've applied, that some other team players that have been in on the brainstorming process of this, they'll share some other ways that have been effective for them. Also,
Okay, here's a question. This is very important. Someone said, when I get out of debt, then what? Understand something. Getting out of debt is not the goal. Getting out of debt is the foundation so that you can reach your financial goals. The point is, when I'm in debt and I'm paying high credit card bills and other kinds of bills, it doesn't make sense to invest money in real estate or in the stock market, because the interest that I'm paying on the debt is greater than the return I'll get on the investment. So getting out of debt is not the goal. Getting out of debt is the first step towards financial freedom and creating wealth. I'm so glad that question came up, because I was going to say it, but you were talking so much, I couldn't get a word in.
Yeah, see, and the thing is I'm used to it, because this is how my dad, my grandmother was. Everybody, I don't know why I'm attracted, or I gravitate towards seasoned people that will hurt your feelings. I don't understand.
No, I would never hurt your feelings, young lady. Never.
Okay. One more question, Uncle Doc, they have here. Somebody said, how do you, or should a married couple have separate bank accounts?
A married couple should have at least one joint account, and then be like me. My wife has her own account to do whatever she wants to do, but we have at least one joint account, because we're bone of each other's bone and flesh of each other's flesh. You're in it together, and if you're going to be married, be married. Now, there may be some special things that you do, special businesses on the side, but my businesses are jointly owned by my wife and I, and our checking account is a joint checking account. Not to mention the fact that if I were to drop dead right now, because the checking account, the main account is in both names, all she has to do is write a check. If it's only in my name, she's got to go through all kinds of hassles to get access to our money. It's our money. So
love that.
Account.
And then one other question, Uncle Doc, just because I know that there were some sisters on the call that inquired, if they're 16 or 17, why do you think that they should be on this call or in these sessions?
Yeah, because every human being uses money. And at 16, the first thing we're going to do for the 16, 17, 18-year-olds is let's identify how much money we handle and what the source is. And there are 5 sources of income. And depending on those 5 sources, we're going to talk about the strategy for handling money for each one of those sources. If you're 16, whatever habits you develop at 16, you're going to be doing at 66. And so it's practicing good habits when you're young so that when you're old, you won't depart from them.
Yes, sir. Perfect. All right, y'all. This is a glimpse of what you'll have. I see a lot of you asking questions like, how do you beat student loans? How do you do this, then I open? You're going to get all of that in the session. So you have to register. Again, the dates are February 6th. That's when it begins. It'll be every Saturday at 10 a.m. And that's the perfect time because it's in the morning. So you feel super empowered. Registration will be $30. And,
how long are they, Keith? How long are the sessions?
I think we said we were going to do 1.5 hours to 2 hours, but it got so good when you did your session, we went over into 2 hours, and that filled up with questions. So we're going to see how it goes, but that's it. All right, y'all. We gone. I'm hanging up too.
God bless you. I'm hanging up.
Thanks to you. Bye, y'all.